Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Tampa Bay Lightning versus Toronto Maple Leafs. The Tampa Bay Lightning suffered their first loss of the 2024 season, falling to the Ottawa Senators 5-4 on Saturday. Despite a strong offensive showing, the Lightning couldn't overcome a determined Ottawa squad. Right winger Nikita Kucherov continued his torrid start to the season, netting his league-leading 7th goal during the second period. Jake Guentzel and Mitchell Chaffee also found the back of the net for Tampa Bay, while Brandon Point came agonizingly close to forcing overtime with a shot in the final minute that was stopped by Ottawa's goaltender. Andrei Vasilevsky had a tough night between the pipes, allowing 5 goals on 28 shots, a rare-off performance from the star goaltender. On the bright side, Tampa Bay's offense remains potent, scoring 4 goals in each of their first 4 games. However, special teams were their undoing, as noted by head coach John Cooper after the game. "We put ourselves in tough spots, especially taking some of those penalties, and we couldn't kill them off," Cooper said. "You can sway the 5-on-5 game our way, but the special teams war was the difference." Last season, Tampa Bay was among the top-scoring teams in the NHL, averaging 3.63 goals per game, but their defense and goaltending lagged behind, ranking in the bottom half of the league with an average of 3.26 goals allowed. The Lightning's goaltenders finished 28th in save percentage at 89.6%. Key injury. Center Jack Finley remains sidelined with an injury and is expected to return in December. Meanwhile, the Toronto Maple Leafs' 3-game winning streak came to an abrupt halt with a 4-1 loss to the New York Rangers. Despite a standout performance from Austin Matthews, who scored Toronto's lone goal late in the third period, the Leafs couldn't recover from an early deficit. Matthews, the NHL's top scorer in 2024 with 69 goals, ended New York's shutout bid, but it wasn't enough to spark a comeback. Toronto has struggled on the power play, going 0-4-3 on Saturday, despite their overall offensive consistency, scoring 4 or more goals in 3 of their previous 4 games. Goaltender Anthony Stolarz kept the Leafs in the game, turning aside 25 of 27 shots, but the team couldn't find a spark offensively. After the game, Matthews reflected on the loss. "We did a lot of good things, more than enough to hang in there throughout the game, but a couple of breakdowns early hurt us." Last season, Toronto was one of the league's top offensive teams, ranking 2nd in goals per game with an average of 3.63. However, like Tampa Bay, their defense was a concern, ranking 22nd in goals against with a 3.18 average. Their goaltenders ranked 23rd overall, stopping 89.8% of shots faced. Key injuries. Goalie Joseph Woll remains on the IR, but has returned to full practice and could be back soon. Center Connor Dewar has been placed on long-term IR with a shoulder injury. Both teams will be eager to bounce back in their next matchups as they aim to correct early season issues and maintain momentum in a competitive NHL season. The Tampa Bay Lightning dominated both matchups against the Maple Leafs last season, including a commanding 4-1 victory in Toronto in April. Across those 2 games, the Lightning outscored the Leafs 10-5, demonstrating their offensive prowess. Tampa Bay has consistently been a thorn in Toronto's side at Scotiabank Arena, racking up 9 goals in their last 2 visits. This trend of road success isn't limited to Toronto either. Tampa Bay has won 55% of their last 20 games away from home and kicked off their road campaign this season with an impressive 4-1 victory over the Hurricanes. In that game, star goalie Andrei Vasilevsky was in top form, stopping all but one of Carolina's 20 shots on net. The Lightning have also been strong against the spread, covering in 4 of their first 5 games this season. On the flip side, the Maple Leafs have struggled on special teams, converting just 12.5% of their power play opportunities, a far cry from the elite offensive unit they can be. The stats and trends firmly favor a Tampa Bay victory in this upcoming road matchup on Monday evening. Bet on the Lightning. Both teams are offensive powerhouses, consistently ranking among the NHL's top teams in goals scored per game. This scoring proficiency has carried over into the new season, with both squads finding the back of the net with regularity. The Lightning have scored 4 goals in each of their games so far, and their last 2 matchups have exceeded the goal total. Their previous encounter with the Leafs also turned into a high-scoring affair, with 10 total goals. Toronto has scored 4 goals in 3 of their last 4 games, despite their power play woes. Defensively, both teams have been vulnerable, ranking in the lower half of the league in goals allowed per game last season. This presents plenty of scoring opportunities on both sides, making a high-scoring contest in Toronto likely. Take the over 6.5 goals. Given the offensive firepower and defensive struggles of both teams, this game is poised to exceed the goal total. Expect an exciting, fast-paced game with plenty of scoring chances from both ends of the ice. Nikita Kucherov has been nothing short of dominant against the Maple Leafs, averaging an impressive 1.89 points per game since the 2021-22 season. Now, as the 2024-25 season kicks off, Kucherov is once again proving why he's one of the league's most elite players. Leading the NHL with 7 goals and 9 points through just 4 games, he's been on fire. His line mates, Braden Point and Jake Gensel, have also been electric, each averaging over a point per game so far this season, forming a lethal trio that has been tough for opponents to handle. The Maple Leafs defense, on the other hand, has been shaky. They've allowed at least 2 goals in each of their last 4 games, making them vulnerable to Tampa Bay's high-powered offense. Given Kucherov's hot streak and Toronto's defensive lapses, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Kucherov doesn't find his way onto the score sheet multiple times tonight. Player prop pick: Nikita Kucherov over 1.5 points. Considering his past success against Toronto and his current form, Kucherov is a safe bet to log at least 2 points in this matchup. Who will score an anytime goal in Lightning versus Maple Leafs? Toronto's Austin Matthews is the top candidate to find the back of the net in the Lightning versus Maple Leafs matchup. As one of the NHL's most prolific goal scorers, Matthews is always a threat, especially in high-stakes games. Our projections give Matthews a 10.3% chance of netting the first goal at Scotiabank Arena, making him the most likely to open the scoring. Even more compelling, there's a 48.8% chance that Matthews will notch an anytime goal during the game. Given his elite scoring ability and consistent performance, it's a smart bet to back the Leafs star to light the lamp. Player prop pick: Austin Matthews to score an anytime goal. With nearly a 50% probability of scoring, Matthews is a solid pick to make an impact on the score sheet.